starting at 5 a.m. till about 10, 11 o'clock. All sorts of topics from finance, fitness, entrepreneurship, mindset, you name it. It's absolutely amazing. And Ramon is curating an amazing group of people right here. If you want to get really in deep, super diving, as I said, go on the school app. Real easy. How do you find it? bwcdaily.com. I'll repeat that again. bwcdaily.com. Join our school app so you can get into the conversation. If you really want to be a part of the community and feel that wholeness, run on over to Clubhouse. We are there right now, live on Clubhouse. I am so excited. I see David in the building. I see Renee. I see Natasha. I love scrolling through the Clubhouse because it just feels like I'm next to the peeps, right? I personally like to go to the very bottom. So when you first come on over to Clubhouse, you're going to get a pink ticket like these wonderful people. Good morning, Tanya, Tanish, Kamaya, Sarah, Atura, and then we see Mina and Grill. Grab a ticket, take that ticket, go up to the top and join our club. Everyone has a seat at the table. You get an opportunity to talk. You are in the Elevate Your Health morning show with me, StarzTina, here every Wednesday at 8 a.m. And as we get started, I want to share, we're going to start with hot topics, hot health topics today. And after we go over these hot health topics, I want to hear from you. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts and comments about it? And last week we talked about this in depth, but it's all over the news, guys. The GLP-1 wars, they continue. And this is what's happening in the news, right? Cheaper versions are coming. And the question is, do you agree? Do you disagree? FDA has agreed to review applications for generic versions. And if this happens, my question to you is, would you take them? Does it change the way you think about obesity? And lastly, do you think insurance companies should cover it? That's the first health topic. I would love to hear thoughts, comments, if you want to jump in on it. My personal thoughts about it, I love the fact that the FDA is reviewing. I want us to get very strict because I know America, when it comes to FDA and patents, all that stuff, sometimes they can be a bit lackadaisical, but that's the question right now. I think they should take a review on it because I believe some people, I repeat, some people need the extra help. They need the extra support, but it should be mandatory that they have a coach, someone to help them along the way. Good morning, Daniela, because when it comes to losing fat, losing muscle, it's so important. So this is your opportunity. Jump in right now. Your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree about these wars continuing?
Good morning, Tina. It's Health.
Hey there, girl.
Absolutely. Hey, I believe that insurance should be covered because the more expensive problem is when nothing is done. So I think it'll be cheaper to cover this versus all of the other things that happen if it's not addressed.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That was a low woo, girl. You must be where you can't talk. I agree with Hel. She said that insurance companies should cover it because if you think about it, all the medication and not even the medication, guys, but the pain, right? Does anyone here know someone, or if you're suffering with obesity? I don't know about you, but when I gained, I was obese, and it was funny. You look in the mirror and you're like, oh, you're not obese. You go to the doctor and they're like, you're obese. It's hard going upstairs. It's hard walking. Anyone else want to chime in on their thoughts on should the GLP-1 wars continue in regards to health insurance? Yes, no, maybe so. All right, next topic on the hot health topics, peptides, guys. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of these. My daughter and I was having a conversation about this yesterday. She lives in California. And if anyone knows anything about people in California, they're all about the Botox. They're all about the facelifts. They're all about all the sort of things to just look perfect. All right, there's no such thing as perfect, but peptides are everywhere. They're in the news everywhere, and pretty much it's moving faster than science. And we were having this conversation, and she's like, there's been no research on these, everyone's doing it. And pretty much she's like, they're going to be bleeding out of their mouth 10 years from now. So question here, do you agree? Do you disagree? Have you heard of them? What are your thoughts? 5 seconds if you want to jump in on this conversation.
Yes, I believe in them. Our body makes them, and we've been copying them. So peptides are not fake. Just wanted to say that.
I love that. Give us a little more depth, Health. If you guys don't know, this is Health Wells Health. Tell us who you are and what you do so everyone can understand where you're coming from, girlfriend.
All right, let me step outside if I am at work. But I taught on peptide, tyrosine, which is PYY, as well as CTK. These are peptides that are essential, and they also control what our society. So that's all that these people are doing is basically taking the real thing and synthesizing it. So peptides are not some like fake thing like fake American cheese. So I just wanted to kind of help us. There are different peptides that have different purposes, but our body makes peptides.
I love it. Thank you so much for saying that. And being in the gym, I do hear people talking about them all the time. I've heard there's some for like skin and all that sort of stuff. But like she says, it's just something that your body produces. Thank you so much for sharing that, health. Alrighty, guys. Our last health topic of the day is about sunscreen. I don't know about you, but all of my life, I have been like addicted to sunscreen. Some people say, well, Black people don't need sunscreen. I hear people say that. I'm like, no, stop it. Don't say that. But if you didn't know, the biggest upgrade is coming in sunscreen. I'm so excited. This is the biggest upgrade in over 25 years. The FDA approved the first over-the-counter sunscreen ingredient. Now, mind you, Europe has been doing this forever, but we just started doing this. And I love it because for me, like I said, I don't know why. I put so much sunscreen on. It's like, what is that on your face, Tina? It's totally off. I want to hear from you. Sunscreen, comments, thoughts. Do you use screen? Do you not use sunscreen? Do you believe in it? Do you not believe in it? Talk to me.
We all need sunscreen help. This is Christina. Year round, even in the winter, we all need it. Everybody.
I love that. Christina, tell us why you believe in that. And by the way, guys, she is Mary Kay, and we love Mary Kay. Go for it. Even in the winter, you need it. Why in the winter, Christina?
Your sunscreen is like your protective covering for your skin, right? So when we don't get it, your skin can be affected really bad. And when your skin starts breaking out, you're gonna have to look. You'll be finding that skincare person, or you'll be finding a store to try to find something to fix it. So put that skincare on every morning, even in the winter, so you can make sure that your skin is right and tight, hydrated, and healthy. So mornings. And it protects your skin from the sun, of course. But hey, we need it in the winter too.
I love it.
Christina and StarzTina, can I just jump in for 1 second?
Yes.
Can I push back on the myth, Christina and StarzTina? I'm saying both
Men
may.
need it too.
No, but see,
I was thinking the same thing, men too.
and I'm serious now. One, I did think that only sunscreen was needed for white people, like people who look like Tiffany, LaWanda, Harry, and others. I thought those kind of people need sunscreen. Hattie needs sunscreen. Honestly, I thought it was only a white people thing. So the fact that you said it wasn't only, I'm willing to maybe could give that in. But I thought when you talk about keep your skin nice and all this, Christina and Tina, I've been outside, not like in the sun a lot, but I've been outside on occasion, do my workouts. I may get a little darker, but I'm over 50. My skin's been fine, and I get ladies want it. But are you sure everybody needs it? Ladies and men, and also Black people too? Are you sure?
I'm gonna let Christina go first.
Yes, Ramon, I'm sure. You need sunscreen. You need it. It's there to protect your skin. You may not see the benefits, but believe me, there are benefits of putting it on daily. It keeps your skin healthy.
The sun daily.
You don't even have to go. Look, you step outside. It doesn't matter if the sun is out. You still need it. It protects your skin. It's there for
I thought that was only meant like if I'm going to the beach or going out in the sun, quote unquote. Oh.
Daily.
Back to you, Tina. Okay, I don't know about y'all. I'll think about it. Okay, go ahead, Tina.
It also helps prevent sun cancer. And something else, maybe Christina, you can help me out with this. There's different types of sunscreen. So Ramon, to your point, there's certain sunscreens that Black people, when we put it on, our skin looks white and ashy. There's a sunscreen out. It's called Black Girl Sunscreen. My sister's actually an ambassador for them, and I've tried their sunscreen. So it does depend on the type. Another question for you, Christina. I know they say, oh, it's not healthy. Some sunscreens aren't healthy. Does Mary Kay have a sunscreen? I know now I've been using, this is not for men, tinted moisturizer with, I want to bring it over to the camera, with SPF in it, which is absolutely amazing.
I'm not using tinted moisturizer. See, I can't, Tina, I can't.
You don't wear makeup, Ramon?
No, it's just I think ladies, y'all have all these routines. I get it. I got a lady in my house, my wife, my daughter. I get it. Y'all want to look beautiful. I get it. But when I hear that, Tina, I know you're live streaming, so continue on with your show.
No, it's fine. But
okay.
But when you do your shows, like when you go on stage, you don't wear makeup on TV?
I look beautiful the way I am. I may do my hair a little bit.
Is that a yes or a no? Do you wear makeup?
Oh, on live TV,
yes. Okay, live good. TV, yes, TV, yes. Wonderful, wonderful.
Well, we don't only need it when we wear the makeup. We need it without. It's basic skincare. It's there to prevent, to lower the skin's risk for cancer. It's there to prevent premature aging. It's there to help, prevent those sunburns. It's there to help maintain. It's even there to help with our skin tones. Did y'all know that? It's there to help with our skin tones too.
And Christina, be telling the truth, and to make your lips look beautiful, make your eyes look beautiful. Let's be real. Let's be truthful. And that's where you lost me. That's where I'm like, nope. Don't need my lips look beautiful. Don't need my eyes look beautiful. My wife will worry about that.
I ain't nothing but no lips. Okay, we got the lip promise for that. Okay.
Stop.
Health.
Pastor Jeff, you got to raise your voice, Pastor Jeff. I hear you. You got to raise your voice to come to the mic.
Yeah. So the thing is that we're fighting ultraviolet UV radiation.
Correct.
Now, when we go get X-rays, we are protected with the lead vest against radiation. The sun creates radiation. Radiation on your skin is not good. So that's what the sunscreen is for, Ramon, right? It ain't to make you look good, bro. It's to keep you protected.
Okay, Dr. PJ and Ramon, do you put sunscreen on your head?
Yes.
You hear that, Ramon? It's got to go.
I have to protect this.
Okay, I love it. I'm loving where this conversation is going. Christina, do you have a segment on BWC? I'm curious.
I currently do not have a segment. I let my segment go for right now, but it's coming back. It is coming back, so stay tuned.
I love it. Well, to let you guys know, I am definitely going to have Christina on as a guest because I'm loving the conversation about skincare. I'm a woman over 50. I'm 53, and people say to me all the time, "Oh, Tina, your skin looks so great." They never guess my age, and it's probably one because I always use sunscreen. Now, I didn't really use it in the winter. Now that Christina told me that, I'm going to do it. But women, when it comes to our neck and our face, we want to look good. That's another topic. That's it for today on Hot Healthy Topics. I hope you've learned something today on there. All right. Again, I am Tina. Welcome to the Elevate Your Health Morning Show. I am here live, bwcdaily.com. If you have not joined the group, go on over there. We're on the school app. It is so much fun. Now, if you didn't know, I am your faith-based health and wellness coach. And today, we are talking about the benefits of running versus walking. We're going to have a little poll test right now. Good morning to all my people over there on Instagram. I see Miss Smith over there. So the question is, walking, running, actually it's 4. I only have 3 on my board there. The question is, do you walk? Do you run? Do you do both? Or you do nothing? That is the poll question for right now. So you're going to put a 1 in the chat if you're that person and you walk 2 to 3 times a week. And when I say walk, I'm not talking about walking to the car, walking to the kitchen, to the refrigerator. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you go outside and you give yourself a brisk walk. You're getting your heart rate up. So put a 1 in the chat if you're a walker. Put a 2 in the chat if you like to run, and put a 3 in the chat if you alternate, you do both, and put a 4 in the chat. Girl, I don't do anything. I don't move my body. Let me see what we have going on in the building. And I'm going to tell you why we're doing this. So the poll, drum roll, as we are here. Okay, I was trying to be fancy with some music, but that's not working. All right, Christina says she does both. Anyone else? I see a walker here. Sister Girl Love likes to walk. I like that. For me, I do a mixture of both. And today we're going to talk about the importance of that. But before we get into that, it is time, guys. It is time for the wellness wheel. Not the wellness wheel. Ask StarzTina. So in this portion of the show, I have a guest, and we're going to be talking about a question in health. So before I get to our special guest, if you're watching this, if you're in the chat, this is your opportunity to ask me a question in regards to your health and wellness. It could be about nutrition. It could be about mindset, about exercise. This is your opportunity. I'm giving you 5 seconds to unmic and ask your question, or we're jumping right over to our interview of the day. And Miss Smith says she does both over there. Thank you for your answers. And if you don't do anything, I'm going to invite you to do something for your exercise. All righty. We are going to pull our guest in. You can pull her in, Renee. Today we have a guest coming through. Good morning, Erica. How you doing? How you feeling?
Good morning. Good morning. Let me get my
Yes.
a little better.
Come
Okay.
through here, guys. Today's this section right here is asking questions. So I have Erica through. I absolutely love this girl right here, and I met her in November at a health and wellness retreat that I did here in Tampa, Florida. So Erica, tell us a little bit about us and ask us your question.
So I have started my running journey. That's the way I'm going to put it. I for Elevate 360, I am the chairperson for all of the races. So, but this is really remarkable because I had never run before, ever. And I used to watch my brother do races. I would go support him, but I said I could never do that. So started with mindset, started working with you in November, made a goal of doing one race every month.
Can you
Of
tell
this
us how
year.
your first race went? What that was like? Were you nervous? Were you scared? Did you go to the doctor?
Yes. So I have asthma, and that was that, and the fact that I mean, I'll be honest, I was lazy and I was afraid to fail. So but I do have asthma and I have to be careful with that. So I went to my doctor and he was like, do a 1K. If it goes well, just keep going. It was that simple.
How did you feel after you did that 1K, 1 mile race?
Uh I was you were there coaching me, so I'm very, very blessed that you were there. But I felt I had accomplished something major because I never thought I would ever, like, it was just something so far from my mind.
Did it make you feel okay when you were running that you had a coach next to you?
Oh man, it was I it made the biggest difference. And also because having that support, I knew I wasn't alone. And I will say the tips you gave me as I was running, like for example, about putting your arms over your head. So, to about for your heart rate, and then correct breathing. That made a huge difference because then after that, even in if I'm doing cardio or spin class, I'm incorporating that even in real life, and it makes the biggest difference.
Now
Yes.
I have a question for you. When you were not running, like before you started this whole fitness journey, you said your brother was doing it. Why didn't you do it? And what made you jump on the bandwagon? Because now, guys, let me tell you, she's done a race every month. Her first race was in February and she was doing so good. I was like, girl, you need to just lead our group. So tell us about that before so that we can encourage people to get on the movement bandwagon.
Okay, so I would say fear. It was fear, and specifically a fear of failing, because I said, what if I start and then I mean, and my mind went to the worst case scenario and I pass out. Or what if I do this race and I can't finish it? That can't happen because there's always going to be people waiting, even if you're walking really slow. And they even come and go and make sure you're okay. So, uh
I'm going to pause you right there for a hot second because I remember one time my mother did a race in Bermuda. It was the Bermuda half marathon. This was years ago. I was not there. She told me the story, and it was a half marathon. And she said, I think I could be wrong. She said she was the last person, Erica. They had the ambulance following her as she was going, and they were like, "Don't you just want to jump in? Don't you want to quit? Don't you want to quit?" And she was like, "No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it." So this is for anyone
yeah.
who has fear of doing some, and we say race, and you don't have to run if there's a race, right? If you have fears, trust me, there's walkers, there's runners, there's crawlers, there's people in wheelchairs, there's no excuses. So continue, Erica.
Oh, well, I didn't know that story, and I Miss Hattie, if you're watching, I love you. I I love it. I love that spirit.
She would not let me live it down if I didn't tell the rest of the story. So two
Oh,
or 3 years ago, I had my community, and she said she was going to do the half marathon again in Bermuda.
mm,
I'm not saying I don't believe people. I'm not saying that, Erica, but people talk a lot. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and they never follow through. So when she first said it, I was like, okay. But then I noticed, Erica, she was walking and running every single day. And it was like a month or two before the race. She's saying it was her 70th birthday. And I was like, hold up, wait a minute. I think she's actually going to try and do this.
Yeah.
My mother was turning 70, and I was like, if my mother is planning on doing a half marathon for, and 70, I'm going to be there to guide her. And let me tell you, Erica, we did it together and it rained the entire race. And we want to say thank God it rained because it was so hot outside, right? She had so much fun. Every mile I was taking pictures of her, I was videotaping her. It was amazing. So to go from the ambulance following you down the race saying jump in the ambulance, stop, quit, to winning first place in her age group that year is phenomenal. Okay, mommy, go ahead, Erica.
But wow, that's inspiring. I well, I'm answering the question about the why. Okay, why hadn't I? So yes, fear of failing, just overall, just a fear of failing. That was a big one. And then also, the I had asthma, and I was like, well, oh, what if something happens and stuff like that? Well, my brother has asthma, so it was like, and then I mean, and I have to be honest, it was because I was lazy. And when I mean that, to be specific, I was lazy because I'll go walking long distance, but I was like, oh no, I'll get tired, and oh, I'll do it later or something like that. And I know I've shared with you, I would run a block, or I would try, and not like full force running, but like, how run walk when you're doing a race. I would go maybe 2 blocks, and I was completely winded. After I did my first 5K, how I felt when I finished, that was how I felt when I started with those 2 blocks.
Wow, two
Yeah.
blocks.
Yeah, I mean, that's how big of a difference it was. And not only that, since I started training, and really since November, because I was, exercising, not necessarily running and walking and speed walking and everything in between, but I haven't had to use my rescue inhaler at all. And that's remarkable, especially in Florida with the allergy season in the spring.
I
That's
love that.
remarkable.
I love
Yeah.
that. Share, you said you started in November, not just running or walking, but what other things do you do to keep you going? Because I know that you lift weights, you do Zumba. Can you share with the people how your life has changed and
Oh,
go for it?
completely. So in my friend group, it's like it's a joke, but I think it's fabulous. They call me Erica the runner because I'm the only person that runs, and I'm always like, you should come with me. And eventually, one day I'm gonna get one of them to come. I'm gonna keep asking. But no, it totally has changed my life. And I'm gonna ask, because um when you are training for a race, what type of food should be eating? What type of hydration should you
I love
be?
that. I love that. As we come to the top of this hour, Erica has her question. And if you did not hear, if you're running, if you're walking, how should you hydrate yourself and how should you drink? Before I get into the answer, to let you guys know, Elevate 360 Center, that is the community that I lead. And we are here in Florida, Tampa, Florida. So if you're in the area, please join us. But then guess what? If you're not in Florida, it's okay because we are virtual. This couple weeks ago, Renee is in Kentucky, lives in Kentucky. My mother is in Texas, and they all came out here. We did a great event for Juneteenth. We did a race as well. So again, whether you're in Tampa or whether you're not, well, health and wellness is here for you. So when it comes to running or a race or something, the day before, always, 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 even if you're not in a race, guys, it's the water. Ding, ding, ding question. Don't answer the question, Erica. This is for everyone in the audience. How much water should we drink every day on a regular basis? Who can tell me how much water? I don't like the word should. How much water do we need to drink each day? Is it 2 bottles, 3 bottles, 10 bottles, 2 ounces, 10 ounces? Let's get this chat popping. What do you think? What do you know?
Everybody I know it's half your body weight.
Woo, 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 woo. Yes, they are smart over there in Clubhouse. Half of your body weight. Real simple, guys. If you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking about 100 ounces of water. Now, if you're that person and you're like, girl, I can barely get one bottle down, it's okay. It's okay. Start slow and then build it up. Now, if you're doing a race, definitely the day before, drink a lot of water. And a lot for you may be 40 ounces, it may be 50 ounces, depending on how long the race is, right?
Mhm.
One of the reasons why, guys, why I like running is because I get to eat. I love pasta, right? I love spaghetti. I love any Italian. Well, okay, I don't know how to speak Italian or even have the accent. I love Italian food. That's probably my favorite food next to Indian food. I'm a foodie, by the way, guys. Indian food. I love Indian food, Italian food, fruity pebble. Anyway, the day before, depending on how long the race is what you're going to do. So if you're doing like a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, you definitely want to pile up
Yep.
leading up to the race. Don't wait till the day before, right? So if you're doing that race, make sure you're getting your water in, stay hydrated, and have some, a little bit of pasta the night before. Thank you so much, Erica, for rolling through. If you want to be a part of our community, we are actually having a race, a 4th of July race this weekend. You can click the link wherever we are. Erica is leading this race. It is our 4th of July race. I definitely know we're doing a 1 mile. We have a lot of beginners coming through, but that's okay. I will not be there because I will be in Georgia. Woo woo, doing the Georgia Peachtree race. I absolutely love it. My coach, my mentor, my aunt Donna has been doing this race. She's from Bermuda, the Bermuda Swans Running Club. They've been doing it 20, 30 years maybe. I haven't been doing it that long, but when I tell you it's the best, it's hot. It's hot as chickens. It is, oh my Lord of mercy. It is so hot. But I love it. Yes, I want to see you there, Malika Star. We always say we're going to hook up, but let's hook up. Yes, so this weekend, 4th of July race, click the link, guys. Join us in this race. It's absolutely free. It's free to join, and we're going to be doing it virtually. So I don't want to hear, well, girl, I'm not in Florida. I don't care. Erica, I got some people coming to meet you this Saturday. We're doing this race. If you want to come for free, it's free. If you want a medal, we're creating our own medals for this race. We're also having t-shirts. That's an upgrade if you want. Otherwise, Erica, thank you so much for rolling through. Have an awesome day, girlfriend.
You're welcome.
All righty, guys. As I mentioned, I am Tina. You are here live on Breakfast with Champions, brought to you by BWC Daily. .com. If you have not gone over there, do me a favor right now. Go on over. Hi, Natasha girl. Go on over to bwcdaily.com and say, hey, I'm listening to StarzTina right now on the Elevate Your Health show, and I learned blah, 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 blah. Oh, Malika said her nephew is performing there. Okay. Okay. So, guys, it's time for today's topic. So, as I said, today's topic is all about walking or running. We did a poll to see what you do. But before we get into the main topic, I want to share with you some benefits of moving. And it's wild because this morning, low key, I was a little nervous about today. Ramon I've never seen, has anyone ever seen Ramon upset or mad? I've never seen Ramon upset or mad, but low key, I'm a little nervous sometimes, like you got to make sure you do good, Tina. So I'm like getting everything together. So I didn't exercise this morning because I was prepping, and normally I'm stretching, and I walked to the car to get my makeup or whatever. And I was like, girl, you didn't exercise. You didn't move your body. So I was like feeling a bit weirdy, a little different. So now I'm going to share with you the benefits of movement, just as long as you do it throughout the day, right? So the first benefit is it boosts your energy. I don't know about you, but energy's got to be on fleek, energy all the time. I heard someone in the gym yesterday, they said, yeah, that person must be on, people must be doing coke or something because they have so much energy. I disagree. I don't do coke. I don't do crack. I don't do any of that stuff. But sometimes you may feel my energy and say, what is that girl on? I am high on life, okay? And when I exercise, I forgot to tell you guys, So I did something really big and amazing last week. I made a huge leap. So if you did not know, in February, I decided to go back to the workforce, and I took a position as assistant fitness manager at a gym. I was like, okay, T, you're going to do this. You're going to, have this position here, 9 to 5. It actually wasn't 9 to 5. And to be honest with you, I didn't even want to take it because there were so many negatives about it. Like, one, I had to stop teaching classes. Second, I had to work on Sundays. I love going to church on Sunday. Thirdly, I had to work late till like 9 o'clock at night. So all those things I didn't want, but I did it anyway. And last week I decided, did you see that, guys? That was my leap. That's me leaping. I took a leap of faith. I prayed on it. I prayed on it. I asked God, and I actually walked away from that position so that I could do what I absolutely love, my heart's desire, teaching classes. So last night I got to teach a spin class, and oh baby, when I was on that bike, I was like, ah! I know the people in the class were like, girl, my point is movement boosts your energy. So if you're tired of being like, I'm just I don't want to move. You got to move. Energy and motion just keeps motion. You've heard that before, right? The second benefit of movement is it supports weight management, right? If you want to maintain your weight, if you want to lose weight, it's just consistency, a little bit all the time. You don't need a whole lot, just moving, moving. And the third benefit is it improves mental health. Am I the only person who sometimes you're like, I can't believe my life is like this. Why is this happening to me? Blah, 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 blah. If you're moving, it helps with your mental health. It gets you back on track. So remember, motion creates momentum. It just keeps you going and going and going. And the more you move, the better you feel. Your body's going, and it's just great for your future. So those are the benefits of moving. Today's topic is, and this is a test question, walking versus running. Which do you think is better? Type in the chat. What do you think is better, walking or running? Now, for me, my walking/running journey probably it started over a decade ago, and I was overweight, and it kind of, I guess, accidentally started. My girlfriend and I, Marquita, we were two chubsters. And I remember we'd go to Rawway Park, and one time around the park is 1 mile. And we were so excited. I remember we go and we're walking, but we never told anyone we were walking. We said we're going for a run because I'm going for a walk. That just doesn't sound sexy. That doesn't sound cute. I'm going for a walk. At least for me, I didn't like it. I always said I'm going for a run. So we'd go for a walk. And I remember we did 5 days in a row. And at the end of the week, we were so happy. We did 5 days. Yay! Grab yourself a partner, guys. That's what's going to help you. And I remember it took us 15 minutes to get around the park. And we were so excited. And now I remember when I was coaching people, my trainer said to me, Tina, I need you to get to a 7-minute mile. I was like, oh, this was way years later, after the coaching, all that stuff. So walking versus running. Let's see what the chat says. I don't see any votes. Are we voting, people? Facebook, let me see what you got. LinkedIn, what you got? All right. Malika said for a brisk walk. I like that. Derek, walking. Depends on your goal. Okay, Pastor Jeff, what do you do? Do you walk or do you run? That's what I want to hear. I'm seeing a lot of walking here, which is great. Walking, Lux Wealth Builder. Hey there. All right. So for me, I do both of them. And first of all, if we had to choose, if I had a client and I had to say walking or running, I'm going to say walking is better than running. And these are the reasons why I say walking is better than running. And thank you for everyone that joined in on the conversation. And I like how Malika said she put a brisk walk, not just a walk, but a brisk walk. Okay. So one of the reasons why it's lower on impacting your joints and pain and getting hurt, right? If you're big or you're heavy, it's like all that, it's 3 times your body weight just bouncing down on your body, which is not healthy at all. And you can hurt yourself, right? Remember when I was young, I used to always twist my ankle. And so when you're running, you can get injured much more quicker. The second thing, it's great for beginners. If you're just starting out, it's like Erica said, she was fearful. She was scared. And what does fear mean? False evidence appearing real. If you have some type of health issue, if you have asthma, right? I've seen so many people in the gym where they haven't worked out at all. And I had them do 10 squats. That's it. And I'm looking, I'm just like, they're out of breath. They're turning red. They're like, can I take a break? And in my mind, I'm like, that's only 10 squats. But if you're going from nothing to something, it's challenging. So walking is great for beginners. All you got to do is pick up a pair of sneakers and get going. Now, once you've started on this journey, I want to invite you to invest in a good pair of sneakers. You're probably saying, well, Tina, what's the best brand? I have no idea what's the best brand for you because I don't know what type of foot you have, right? It might be New Balance, it might be Adidas. The thing I'm going to say is go to a sneaker store, a professional store, wherever you live, and they have a treadmill there. And they're going to have you get on the treadmill and they're going to have you run. When you're on the treadmill, they're going to see how your feet land. One foot may kick off to the side, one foot may lift here. You might have low arches, high arches. You might have to put a insole in there. Whatever it is, invest in a great pair of sneakers. That's where you can begin your fitness journey. Small, little, consistent movements is the most important thing. All right. Also, running gives you, we're talking about why walking is important. I hear someone on mic. Go ahead. I hear you. Are you trying to? Oh, that was a mistake. All right. So if you're just tuning in, we are talking about the differences between walking and running, which I think is most important. I'm choosing walking. Also with walking, 30 minutes of walking, it improves your heart health. I've got a bunch of slides on here I'm going to show at the end. But if you're consistently doing something, if you guys didn't know, heart disease is the leading cause of death in America. Heart disease, when it comes to high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, all of these things are irreversible. If you were here last week, you heard me talk about my father, 49 years old. Looking at him, he was healthy. He worked on cars, fixed buildings, did all sorts of things, but he had high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, smoked cigarettes, had alcohol, like all the things. He passed away at 49, something that could have been prevented. So when you're looking in the mirror and you're like, I don't want to move, think about your heart health, right? It can be prevented. So number 2 reason why walking is better than running. Now, running gives you more in less time. Now, if you can run, go for it. Oh my gosh. On a good leg day, meaning when my hip isn't hurting, something about running, it just, the endorphins, this runner's high, they talk about it. Now, not mind you, when you first start walking or running, the first 2 to 3 minutes is the hardest. You're like, oh my gosh, why did I do this? I hate it. I hate it. Because your heart is going from nothing to something. It's like, oh, girl, you got to work. But after that, oh, baby, and let the weather be good. Let the sun shine on your face. Let the wind blow through your hair. Oh, you're in it. Oh, don't get me started if you live near the beach. Oh, I get really upset when I know someone lives near the beach and they don't go to the beach, even to go for a run barefoot. It's so good on your feet. I'm rambling now, but that's okay. But running, another benefit of running, as I said, it burns more calories quicker. But again, that's for that type of person there. And it increases endurance and strength in your legs because you're putting, the poundage on there. That's why running is better than walking. That's if you can run. But again, I'm going to say start off with that walking right there. The third one, you don't have to choose, right? You don't have to choose if you're going to walk. You don't have to choose if you're going to run. Just do something. Now, when it comes to my running journey, as I told you when I first began, my girlfriend and I, and now that I think about it, my mother actually got me started running when I was a little girl. I guess I don't know. I had never had this conversation with her. I need to. I don't know if we lived in South Carolina or what, but we did a race in somewhere and we were running. At least I was a kid, right? And I remember there was this man and he was walking. He walked the entire race. And I wonder if she remembers this story. He was walking the entire race. And I remember we were running the whole race. We were running, right? And I remember we passed him. We were like, we passed him. And we get tired and we slow down. And then he'd pass us. Again, he's only walking. Pass us. We're like, oh my gosh, let's go. And we run up to catch him again. And he just kept the same pace the whole time. And I say that to say, my whole life I've been running. And I remember when my kids were younger, I've always struggled with my weight, right? With the kids, without the kids. And I'd have my daughter come with me. She'd be on her bike while I'd be running. So I've always been running. And for me, I felt when I was running, I could feel the fat. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, you're going, right? And your body's shaking and it's just going. So For me, I can't say for you, I found the quickest way for me to lose fat is to run. So for me, I get results very quickly. Hi, Portia girl. Welcome to the building. So, running or walking, it is your choice. You don't have to choose which is for you. Give you a recap of all the ones that I just mentioned. If you're just coming through, we are here, Breakfast with Champions on Clubhouse. If you did not go over to bwcdaily.com, do me a favor, please go there right now while I'm talking. bwcdaily.com. Go in there, say you heard about the show from StarzTina, so I can just talk to you later and you enjoy it. We're talking about running versus walking, which is best for you, where should you be? I said walking is definitely where you want to begin if you haven't done so. So important. I'm going to get into some statistics right now because when it comes to most things in life, I like to have facts and truth and all that stuff, right? So the first slide that I have up here is talking about calories burned in 30 minutes, walking versus running. Okay. So I'm sure we all know that everything that I just went over, right? But when it comes to calories burned, let's just say the person weighs 160 pounds. So if they're walking, they're going to burn 156 calories. If you're running, 356 calories. That's the difference whether you're walking or running, the calories burn right there. Now, when it comes to calories burned, test question, Clubhouse people or anyone in the building, how many calories does it take to eliminate 1 pound of fat? How many calories does it take? Unmic or write it in the chat because I'm not going to say lose weight. I don't like saying lose weight because when you lose something, you normally want to find it, right? So how many calories? I'm looking in the chat here. Does anyone know? How many calories does
3,500.
3,500. Thank you, Trisha. So when it comes to 3,500, that's about 500 calories a day. That's what I focus on when I share with my clients if you want to eliminate fat. So if you're doing 500 calories a day that you're getting rid of, you will eliminate 1 pound a week. It's all about the numbers. It's all about the data. Everything is data, business. Your body, your health, guess what, guys? That is your business. Yes, you may be a teacher, a mom, a doctor, an entrepreneur, whatever. But at the end of the day, your body, who you are, that is your business. So are you taking account of that? So think of that right there. I saw in here, it helps with bowel movements. All right, doctor, running helps with bowel movements. I like that. So if you're having trouble pooping, go out for a run. I like that right there. Okay, moving over to the second slide. If we're going over here, disease risk reduction. All right. So I thought this was really astonishing right here. The equal energy spent. So we're talking about runners and walkers. So first of all, when it comes to hypertension, and if health, is she in the building? Hypertension, so that's the same thing as high blood pressure, correct? Is that the fancy way of saying it? Help me out, someone. Maybe so.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Thank you. I wonder why they say that. Hypertension, high blood. Like maybe it sounds better. I don't know. But anyway, when it comes to running, and when you're running, you decrease it 4.2, walking 7.2%. That's hypertension. So people, they did a test on 48,000 participants. People that walk regularly lower their risk by 7.2%. That's a risk right there. High cholesterol. I don't know about you, but it runs in the family. I'm not taking any medication. My whole life, ever since I was in my 20s. Your cholesterol is kind of high. Your cholesterol is kind of high. I'm like, how? Sometimes it runs in your family. So 7% by walking, it's reduced. Diabetes, 12.1%. Heart disease, this is huge. Running, 4.5%, it drops. And walking, 9.3%. So if you know, welcome to the building, Paula. If you know that heart disease runs in your family, if you know that high blood, you have these things right here, start walking today, especially after you eat. That's the best time you can walk, right? Good morning, Shar. Welcome to the building. If you're just coming through, guys, we're talking about the difference between walking and running. And since Shar is here, I'm going to talk about Black Girl Run. I've seen them everywhere. They're absolutely amazing. They are on Facebook. Join a community, whether it's my community, Elevate 360, whether it's a running community, your church community. Maybe you even start your own community, right? You have a bunch of moms, you have a bunch of teachers. I don't care. Hey, let's walk up during our lunch break. Start it today. If you have an hour lunch break, why can't you walk for 10 minutes? Why can't you walk for 5 minutes? eat your food, and then go for a brisk walk. All right, so as we move on to the next slide, this slide is all about longevity impact from only 5 to 10 minutes of running per day. Yes, it says running, but you can put, I'm sure walking is going to do the same thing. 30% lower risk of all mortality and 45% of cardiovascular death. I used to say all the time, and I've changed the way I speak when I speak with people. I'm like, do you want to die? Right? Like when I'm asking people about their health and wellness journey, eating better, eating clean. I don't say that anymore, but right here you see it lowers 45% your risk of death just by running 5 to 10 minutes a day. Now, again, that's running, but then if you do the walking, it's probably a little bit more. So so instead of saying, do you want to die? How about saying, do you want to feel good? Do you want to be healthy? Do you want to live longer? That's reframing, right? So very important. So get out there, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes a day. So important. All right, crew, I have one more slide for you. This slide right here, we're talking about annual injury rate among runners versus walking. So remember how I said I believe walking is better than running? So runners injured each year, 50-50, right? Meaning some 50% do, 50% don't. And the reason is because it in 3 times your body weight is absorbed by your joints when you're landing. So when you're running, how much do you weigh? All right, I'm gonna tell you. I mean, you probably won't guess it. I weigh about 171 pounds. That's how much I weigh. Renee, get ready to put this in the chat because you know my math isn't that good. 170 times 3. What is that? Whatever that number is, that's how much is impacting my bones. Hello, Sarah. Every time I run, right? That's a lot. If you weigh 100 pounds, that's 300 pounds hitting your ankles, your knees, your bones. It's like bam, bam. Okay, that kind of hurt right there. So that is one of the reasons why walking is so much better than running. Okay, and when you're walking, low impact. Why? Because you always have one foot on the ground at a time. And everyone ever see those fast walkers? They're like in races and all that kind of stuff. Okay, last slide, next slide, last slide, next slide, last slide, next slide. Welcome, Jeannie. Same calories burned, yet different time investment. Okay, so walking 11 miles versus running 11 miles in total calories burned. Okay, so if you're running, it's an hour and 50 minutes if you're running. But if you're walking 11 miles, it's 3 hours and 40 minutes, right? So depending on where you are and what you want to do, it's just the time. That's the only difference. So if you want those slides, I will be sending out an email of today's show with an article. Make sure you subscribe, and you can get all those things. So that was my portion about walking versus running. Anyone, what did you learn? What did you like? This is your opportunity to share your thoughts, comments, and questions about today's topic. Again, the main topic were the benefits of moving your body. And I stated it boosts your energy, it supports weight management, and it improves mental health. And then the debate today was about walking versus running. What do you do? Do a little bit of both. Yes. And we said walking was better because it's better on your joints. It's great for beginners. I also mentioned that we have a race this weekend. It's absolutely free. Elevate 360. That is my community. You can sign up for it by the link, or you can text me. Renee's going to put the phone number somewhere so I know what our phone number is, and you can get the link, or just DM me to join the race. It's virtual. So if you're living in Texas, California, wherever you're living, mute yourself, Renee, your mic's on. Wherever you are, you can do it. Renee, mute yourself on Clubhouse. You can join us virtually, or you can join us in person here in Tampa. All right, questions, comments. What did you learn today? Talk to me. Someone asked me on the Instagram side, is speed walking is okay? Definitely. That was Trey's. That's what I was doing when I was here with this walking right here. Another thing you can do, guys, to elevate your walk, moving your arms, right? When you're moving your arms, you're getting more upper body movement. Sometimes I do punches when I'm walking, right? If you have a good playlist, ooh, baby, get those arms up. I don't know about you, but as we get older, Ladies, over 50, joining my club, we lose between 3 to 5% of our muscle each year. Hi, Tracy girl. So, yes, speed walking is amazing. Anyone else? What did you learn? Comment, question.
I haven't been in here. I am in actually a rehab hospital.
Okay.
But I want to tell you, the old people here, that they are fixable. And
Yes.
if you have exercise during your life, you're more fixable when you're old than not.
Ooh, let's stop right there a second, guys. I'm liking what you're throwing down, Jeannie. I'm catching it. If you guys didn't, Jeannie, how old are you, girlfriend?
I'm 88.
Jeannie is 88 years old. Let me tell you guys, I got to interview my aunt. My mother just went and visited my aunt. Mute yourself real quick, please, Jeannie. My aunt is 98 years old, I believe. Yes. Mute yourself, please, yes. Jeannie. Mute yourself. It's hurting my ears. Thank you, girlfriend. 98 years old, and she looks amazing. She sounds amazing. But Jeannie just said, if you have exercised throughout your life, when you're older, it makes it a lot easier. I love learning. I love getting information. And she said in where she's living, the people aren't doing so good. Now, Jeannie, do you currently do exercise each day?
I am in a rehab facility because I bashed my ankle, bashed my knee, and bashed my shoulder. But they are fixing me. But I have exercised. I do. If they don't do it where I live, I do compression therapy. I do red light therapy or infrared therapy. They're different. I make sure that I move my backside no matter how I feel. No matter how I feel. I drag myself, you know what I mean? Because most people, let me say this, that most people that hurt stay still. They hurt more. They stay still. They refuse to move because they hurt, and they're supposed to move with the proper, and Medicare pays for most therapies. They pay for they do pay for red light therapy, infrared therapy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. If you're just tuning in, guys, Jeannie is saying how she gets her butt up and she moves. Jeannie, you have a phone, obviously. Jeannie, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Mute yourself again, Jeannie. Mute yourself again. I have a special gift for you, Jeannie. And for anyone here who's over 70, I'm going to say over 70, even over 60, doesn't matter. My mother, who's on the 7th floor, she teaches fitness classes virtually, Jeannie, 2 days a week. It is, I'm going to say, it's hilariously funny for me. I love watching it. She's moving, doing her squats, doing her walkout, shaking her booty, whatever. But as Jeannie just said, as you get older, you have to move your body. She was talking about red light therapy. There are so many things we have now that weren't around when my grandmother was around. We have so much knowledge right now. My daughter said to me yesterday, she was talking to me, because I tend to sometimes worry about other people, right? Their health or whatever. And she's like, Mom, you're lucky if you have about 30 more years in this world. So why don't you take advantage of these next 30 years and really enjoy your life? Really, not worrying about yourself, but not worrying about others. So Jeannie, thank you so much for sharing that. Anyone else? Question, comment? What did you learn today? Let me hear.
Good morning, stars. It's Health again.
Hey,
I just want to say I'm so happy that you brought up the difference between running and walking, because a lot of people, I just want to make sure they didn't miss that. The fuel that you use to supply running is primarily carbs. Walking is supplied by fat. So a lot of people
say that again one more time, a little bit slower. That's for me. That's for me. Say that again, girl.
So running, your body has to choose, what can I break down? You're gonna tap into the fast twitch muscle because running is a faster action. So your body has to use carbs. We usually got carbs for days. So there are people who are wanting fat loss and they're frustrated because they're running, but they don't understand. Like your body, it takes a while for it to even be able to break down the fat. So walking gives your body the time. So it'll use fat to fuel a walk. It uses carbs to fuel a run. Back to you.
I love it. I love it. Another thing I'm going to share with her was saying that. So now you guys, there's no excuses now, okay? It's no excuses why you can't eliminate fat. As she said, it's all about that walking. But I always talk about your target heart rate zone. And when you're exercising, if you're able to talk, you are in the right zone. This is learning lesson for eliminating fat right now. You have your resting heart rate. Last week's homework was to find out your resting heart rate. Type in the chat right now, what is your resting heart rate? Last week I asked you to do this for me. Why did I ask you this question? Because whatever your resting heart rate is, 72, that's the average. If your resting heart rate is above 72, your heart's not that healthy, my friend. Your heart's working so very hard to pump the blood through your body. If your resting heart rate is under that, well, then you're super healthy. Now, you have your maximum heart rate. That's 220 minus your age. Whatever age you are, subtract 220 by that. That's your maximum heart rate. Yes, you can work out above that, enter that number right there. You're here, and you're like, oh, you can't talk, you can't move. That's your maximum heart rate. I'm not going to suggest that you work out at that level unless you're an athlete, unless you want to build up your heart, your endurance, all that sort of stuff. That's the only reason you want to stay at that top level right there. If you're that person and you want to eliminate fat, leave that quote up there, Renee. I want to read it. I didn't get a chance to read it. If you're that person and you want to eliminate fat, you want to walk and be able to talk. So if you can't talk, slow it down. Just like Health said, you're burning more calories in that target heart rate zone. There's a whole equation you can do if you want it. Hit me up for a one-on-one consultation and I'll let you know. There is a number, 135 to 155. That may be my target heart rate zone. If I'm above that number, I'm burning calories, but not fat calories. We want to burn fat calories, so stay in that zone right there. Over here on the Facebook side, and thank you everyone over there on Facebook. I love this. Been on GLP-1 shots for about 8 months now, lost 68 pounds. Woo, woo! Congrats, girlfriend. Can't wait to see you. However, I just want to maintain my weight at this point. Definitely need to figure out a follow-up method. So, Natasha, as I share with you, we had a whole discussion last week about the GLP-1. They are great for people that need it, but you have to lift weights and you have to exercise consistently and you have to eat your protein. So Natasha, girl, you know you got my number. Hit me up. We have a race walk this Saturday. I invite you all. It's absolutely free. You can text me. You can go to Instagram to sign up. It's going to be so much fun. If you have questions, comments about health, tune in to me. I'm here every Wednesday at 8 a.m. to elevate your health. It is brought to you by Breakfast with Champions. Please do me a favor. Go over and join us at bwcdaily.com. We also have workshops every month. In July, we have 2 workshops coming up. If you guys didn't know, this is the last week of the month. The last week of Q2. Lord of mercy. We're halfway through the year. What have you done? What are you going to do the next one? If you want, make sure you stay tuned for our workshops that we're having next month. I am Tina, otherwise known as StarzTina, your faith-based health and wellness coach. I'm going to zoom in over here on the Clubhouse side to see if I missed anything. Thank you so much, Health. Ashley, can I drink my protein instead? You can do both, Ashley. We want you to drink it. You want you to eat it. Getting whole foods is best, but definitely drink it. I have like 2 protein shakes a day. I get it in there. Health, yes, Health said her heart rate is 64. I love it. Derek, wow, I'm always learning in this room. Yes, Derek, make sure you come back. Love it, love it. All righty, guys, I'll be here next week. If you don't move, you will still hurt, but move less. Love that, Miss Hattie, mommy. Move your body. Woo, woo. YouTube, did you guys subscribe yet? Did you subscribe to my YouTube channel? Did you? You're going to learn a lot. All righty, guys, I will see you next week. Peace and a bottle of hair grease. Bye.